Have you ever wondered how artists create artworks that look realistic? These pieces have depth, form, value, and even intricate details and texture. So if your artwork feels simple or flat or basic and you want to make it look more realistic, a great starting point is understanding the element of art called space. So today I'll teach you about space and 6 key techniques that will help take your drawings or paintings, regardless of your current skill level, to the next level. So, to make art appear realistic, we need space, which creates the illusion of depth. An illusion is a way of tricking the eye, much like a magic trick. So, take a look at the 2 slices of pizza on the screen. One appears closer, while the other seems farther away. Even though you're watching this on a flat screen, your eyes perceive depth because of the 6 techniques that I used while drawing them. And this is an illusion of depth that space is. So there are 6 space techniques. The first one is perspective, then value, details, size, placement, and lastly, overlapping. Each of these techniques contributes to making objects in an artwork feel closer or farther away, even on a flat 2-dimensional surface like a paper or on a screen. So I want to break them down with you one by one. Let's start with perspective. Perspective is one of the most well-known techniques for creating depth or creating the illusion of depth. There are 2 commonly used types of perspective drawings, 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective. So let's start with 1 point, and I want to give you 3 simple steps to doing a 1-point perspective space technique. First of all, you need a horizon line. This is a line that separates the sky from the ground, like where the ocean meets the sky, or even the ground meets the sky. Secondly, you need a vanishing point. This is a single point placed on the horizon line, and it's going to be a place where objects just appear to disappear into, almost like a vortex or a black hole. And then thirdly, you need something called converging lines. These are lines that extend from the vanishing point outward, and it guides the entire structure of the drawing. For example, in this landscape drawing, mountains in the background might appear to converge towards the vanishing point because the converging lines guide them there, while the road or river starts large in the foreground and it gradually narrows as it approaches the vanishing point. So this creates the illusion that objects are getting smaller as they recede into the distance, much like this road or river, whatever you perceive it to be. And that's because the vanishing point almost pulls it in, sucks it in, like a black hole. For 2-point perspective drawings, it does follow the same principles as 1-point perspective drawings, but instead of 1 vanishing point, there are 2. And these points are on opposite ends of the horizon line. So then objects such as buildings or roads will appear to be drawn towards both points, making them look even more 3-dimensional. This might seem tricky at first, but if you use the 3 steps of having a horizon line, vanishing point or points, and then converging lines to help guide the entire drawing process, it should make things a little bit easier. But if perspective drawing feels tricky at first, I highly recommend looking up tutorials or reference images to help, because with practice, it does become a lot easier. So let's move on to the second value or space technique, which is called value. And value refers to the lightness or darkness of a color. So a simple way to use value for depth, the illusion of depth, is to make the darkest values closest to the viewer. And to make things seem farther away, we use the lighter values. So in this landscape, for example, the grass in the front, the water in the front will be drawn or should be drawn with dark values so that it appears closer. Whereas the background, like the mountains or even the sky, should be drawn with lighter values, making it feel farther away. So this value technique essentially tricks your eye into perceiving depth and distance even within a drawing. So then the third space technique is similar to value, but it's called details. And details help establish depth by controlling what we see in the foreground versus the background. So any objects that are close by should have lots of small details. You can see this in the grass, in this picture, the ripples in the water, even textures in the water, or imagine if we put a rock nearby with cracked textures. Whereas when you look into the distance or far away, it should have little to no detail in that background area, because in real life, our eyes can't actually naturally see fine details at a distance. So I want you to just see this waterfall drawing here, and I want to help kind of guide you through it. So the base of the waterfall, which is seemingly closest to us viewers, should be detailed with dark colors values and individual water ripples. This is us using the value technique and the detail technique. Whereas the top of this waterfall, which should feel farther away, should have lighter values and minimal details, meaning not many details, so that it kind of tricks our eyes into seeing it farther in the distance. These are just two simple ways using value and details to make the base of the waterfall feel closer, whereas the higher, lighter points seem farther away. So the next space technique is called size, and this one's a very simple technique because objects that are closer to you should appear larger, while objects that are farther away should appear smaller. So for example, in this image, you see the bridge in the foreground is large and wide, while the second bridge in the background is farther away and it's very small and you can barely see it. So by varying the size of different objects, you are able to reinforce this illusion of depth, and it really does help make our artworks feel more realistic. So let's move on to the fifth technique, which is called placement. And placement refers to where objects are positioned on a surface. So the surface could be your paper or your canvas, maybe even your screen. So when we're talking about lower, we're talking about like the bottom of your surface. And when we talk about higher, we mean the top of it. So to make something feel closer to you, you should place an object or objects lower on the surface to make them feel closer. And then when you place objects higher on the surface, they'll appear farther away. For example, I drew birds really high in the sky, and that seemed farther away. But if you're like, that's the sky though, birds naturally fly in the sky, so they should feel far. I also place an airplane even higher on the surface compared to the birds, and so it should feel like the plane is actually farther away because it's at the highest part of the surface, versus the birds are just slightly lower. This technique of using placement is especially useful in landscape and perspective drawings. So the sixth technique is called overlapping, and it's hard to read this term overlapping because some object right here is partially covering the term overlapping. It's actually overlapping in front of the word overlapping. So what I mean by that is this object right here, this image, is in front of the words behind, and so it appears closer. Whereas the word overlapping is behind the image, so it seems farther away. Let's look at this in an image example specifically. So you see here there's a swing, and the swing is hanging in front of the tree, which that means the swing is overlapping in front of the tree, making the swing actually feel closer than the tree. You can also see overlapping because a tree is overlapping the distant airplane, which makes the airplane feel farther away. There's a few other examples in this artwork of overlapping, but those are the two main ones that I want you to observe. So by strategically placing objects in front of or behind one another, you can further enhance this illusion of depth. Overlapping things helps viewers feel that realistic, almost like 3D artwork. So when you combine them, these 6 space techniques can really transform flat drawings into realistic 3-dimensional compositions. So in this final image, you can see how there's perspective, there's value, details, size, placement, and overlapping all together. And working all together, they do create this illusion of depth. So with this, I encourage you to practice these 6 techniques, and I highly recommend starting with a simple 1-point perspective drawing. If you're interested, I will be posting some video tutorials for each of these space techniques soon, so stay tuned. Have a great day and happy drawing!